What I want to touch on today is one of the worst things you can do if you're trying to lose weight, and especially if you're wanting to lose weight and keep it off long term. And typically when we want to lose weight, we make that decision to act and to start dieting, to start working out. We're kind of in a hurry. We want the weight off, and we want the weight off now. And from what we've heard and what we've been told, we tend to think that super low calories and maybe a lot of working out is the best way to do that. And the truth is, while super low calorie diets and adding a lot of activity and increasing your workouts does typically work the first time around, the first time you try to lose weight, and in the short term, starvation dieting and over-exercising is one of the worst things you can do if you want to be able to lose weight, you want to be able to maintain your weight, and you want to be able to stay that way for the long term. And I'll use myself as an example of this and how it's affected me. So I was healthy and fit for many years before I made the decision to do competitions, bodybuilding competitions. And in the first competition prep that I did, I didn't work with a coach, I coached myself, and I made the decision to take my calories pretty low. I was at a point of probably under 1,200 calories a day for several weeks. I did one competition, then I had 5 weeks in between and did another. And during that time, I stayed in this very low calorie deficit. So I was probably dieting like that for at least 8 to 10 weeks. And like I said, I was already fit. I was already pretty lean. But I got really lean, and I got really lean fast. I remember hitting a point where just whoosh, the weight just came off, and I had never been so tiny. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. And frankly, I looked good. I placed third at my first show, and I was very, very lean. Coming off of that competition prep and that super low calorie diet, keep in mind at the time I was also suffering some side effects from that. I ended up being diagnosed hypothyroid. I was having terrible night sweats. I was super low energy. I was really cranky, terrible food cravings, just all of the things that come along with restriction and extreme dieting. After that second competition was over, I took a 3-month break and I competed again. During that time, I increased my calories, not to a super high extent, but I did increase my calories, then attempted to diet back down again for that next show. I stayed fairly lean until after that third show that I did that year. I did 3 shows that year. After that third show, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break for a while, I'm gonna build some muscle, and I started eating because I had been dieting for so long, almost that entire year, that I just ate, and I ate a lot, and I put on at least 10, probably almost 15 pounds by the following fall, because my body was so starved and primed to store fat that when I started eating, I just started gaining body fat. Well, the next time around that I decided to compete, which was the following year, I took my calories down, and I started losing weight, but it didn't come off as quickly, and I had to go even lower, and it was a lot more difficult, and I had to go lower calories, and I had to work out even more in order to get anywhere near as lean as that first time. And I really didn't quite even get as lean, because at this point I was determined, now that I knew I had thyroid disease and I had suffered some negative health consequences, I was determined to keep myself as healthy as I could, which means I refused to go as low calorie as I probably needed to in order to get even lean as I was before on higher calories. So coming off of that, the next time around when I did compete the following year, I had an even harder time. And at one point I'd taken my calories back down to about that 1,100. For 6 to 8 weeks, I didn't lose any weight. I mean, I was working out like crazy. I was not eating a lot, and the scale absolutely would not move. My body simply said, no more. We are done. I am not going to give up any more body fat at this super low calorie because it's unhealthy. You're making your body make a choice between healthy function and losing body fat, and my body was done. We had done this too many times and it wasn't going to happen. I increased my calories by about 200 calories a day, and then the weight started coming off, which made me realize that I had reached a point that my body was no longer going to allow fat loss if I went super low calorie. The point of this is that you can damage your metabolism if you diet down very low calorie for an extended period of time, and I'm really talking even 3-4 weeks. Up to that point, you can do serious damage to your metabolism for as long as a year. to rehab that, which means that once you come off of that diet, you'll start to gain body fat very quickly. If you overeat, you have to be very careful coming out of it. And the next time around, your body's going to fight you even harder to lose weight because it's already been through this starvation once and it doesn't want to do it again. So as impatient as we get, and how I know that once you're ready to lose the weight, you want it gone, you want to do it overnight. The best way to do it and to make it stick is to go slowly. Stay in just enough of a calorie deficit to continue having that fat loss, but without major side effects, without having any metabolic issues or damage to your health. It's tempting to think, well, I have to eat 1,200 calories, but at some point, if you're already eating that low and you're not losing weight, you know, I've had clients come to me that are eating 1,200 calories a day and they want to lose 30 pounds, and I say, well, what can I do? I'm not going to put you on 800 calories a day. So at what point is there any room left to cut if you're already eating at that low of a calorie level and your body's not losing any body fat? You've got to work your way back up to a higher calorie level to the point where your metabolism is healthy, it's strong and comfortable enough to be able to lose some body fat. The biggest mistake you can make when you're trying to lose weight is rushing the process. Be patient, take it slow, do it healthy, do it in a realistic way, something that allows you to kind of slowly change your habits and adjust over time, and your body will thank you, and you will have success long term rather than these cycles of lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, making it harder and harder every single time.